Hi everybody, this is Dorothy Kilty from Raccoon Alley Creations, and I created such a nice video showing how I was embellishing my folio and lost it. So this is a collab with hashtag collab with Vals Crafts Creations, which I'm doing, and all these designers that are listed here and that will also be listed below are cooperating in this. The date for this collaboration is going to be January 28th through February 4th. Now, there's 4 different digital kits that are being used. One is purple dried flowers, one is cream dried flowers, one is steampunk, and one is Victorian roses. I'm one of the people who's doing the steampunk kit, and there's several of us that are working on that, and I'm excited to share with you what I'm doing. So let's start with showing you what I've already done on the last video. So this is my folio so far. This is, for the cover, this is a picture on the background, and then I used copper paste to go around it and embellish the edges of it. Choose Adventure, I thought, was a great kind of title or something for this folio. Now, it'll be closed here in the future, but for now, when you open it up, this opens up, and inside here, we have 3 different pockets, 3 different side pockets. And you can take, I probably won't use these because these are a little bit too long, unless I shorten them. But you can put a tag in each of these, and then it doesn't show when it's closed, but when you open it up, you'll see the 3 tags. So I thought that was kind of nice. This is a like a library card pocket that was included in the kit that I made, and this is a tag in the kit. And this is just clipping in. It's a traveling pocket. It can move throughout. I added a little edge here. This is a flip up. Okay, this is another tuck spot in here. I love the papers that I used in this. I have a wide assortment. This is one of the things. This is science terms, so I thought it was great for a steampunk dictionary page. And then I just glued, this is a vintage tracking form that I just glued on there. Okay, I did use one of my pages that I use for backgrounds when I'm doing things, because I just thought it was fun. This is a waterfall flip, and so the reason it's a waterfall is because they kind of cascade down with each page being a little longer. Each of these, I believe, can be used for journaling space, so that makes it more interesting, as well as you have the whole page underneath. So it's an embellishment, but it's also useful. Here in the center, we have double pockets with some of the pages and things. Now, one thing that I like to do with my scraps when I'm cleaning off the desk is I put them onto a like a catalog. If you have shiny pages, you sand them, or you can use like Mod Podge or something. But then I glue them randomly, because when I'm ready to use them is when I'm going to start adding embellishments, or, after I cut them up to see what I want to do with them and how I want to use them. So I pulled out some of those pages, like this one is all vintage paper, so it's kind of a neutral background, so it works well for these. And then there was a few other pages. So on the backs of some of these, you'll see this this kind of masterboard type thing. And I think that when they're neutral, as these are, they work well just for a writing space. But if I'm not happy with them for a writing space, then I'll take a lined paper like I did on that other, on the dictionary page, and put over the back to give me lines to use. So that's in the center. And then Here's just this square glued on just as decoration on the page. Here we have another one of those pages for journaling on it. Some of these pages are dyed paper that I made. We've got lined paper. We've got all assortment of different kinds of paper here, which I think is kind of nice. Here's shiny, kind of a see-through vellum paper, graph paper that I thought was really fun. So I thought we'd just do a few more embellishments here, just to kind of show you what I've been doing, and then we would go on. Now, this is an envelope from Valerie's kit. It's a very beautiful envelope. And what I do a lot of times is I don't completely glue these together to use as an envelope. I just leave them so that they can open up and be a journaling spot. So on this one, on the inside, because this white paper is very boring, what I'm going to do is take some distressed ink and this stencil, and I am just going to, let's put it right side up, just because this is right side up, correct? Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to stencil some designs. I don't want them all to be like, you know, centered and everything. I want them to be something that's kind of goes off the page and all that for interest. It's not a real strong color that I'm using. I could use a ink that would probably be stronger, but I just wanted background design that people can still use as a writing page. I could even draw or put some lines on here on top of this background, and it would be just fine. Okay, so there we have it. And now I'm going to close this. Now another thing that I can do, I'm going to go ahead and fold it first here. I'm using the lines on the edge of the envelope to fold these. Sometimes when you cut, you want to thin this off at the edge, and I actually might do that on a couple of these. By going kind of on the center or to the inside of these lines, it may come over the page a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now this can just be folded in and tucked into a pocket. You can use a bone folder to burnish the edges, or if you don't have that, you can use the side of your scissors. And then I'm gonna go around here a little bit. I have a tiny bit here that I cut, and it's sticking up. So rather than reinforcing it, I'm just gonna do like that, okay? And then let's go around the outside of this as well. I may come back and you know, ink the edges of this a little better. I don't think I need to do the whole thing on camera. You get the idea, okay? And we'll fold these up, fold these sides in, this up, this over, and then it can just tuck into one of the tuck spots here. and make a nice journaling page for the person who gets this to use. Now, on the inside cover, what I want to do is, inside here, and in the back actually as well, I want to put 2 pockets here so things can be put in there. And so what I did with this, this is the postcards. I printed them 2 to a page, and so to make smaller versions that would fit in this better. Now the way I'm cutting this, I'm not cutting directly right angles. So when you fold this over for pockets, I'll show you in just a second. I printed this on like a gold paper. I think this is resume paper. So, you know, it has some color and a little bit of interest on it. And then I'll take this circle punch and just punch a divot in here. Okay. Now on the inside, what happens with this when you make it a little longer like this is you put this up and glue it. This makes a, when you slide the pocket in, it slides along here and it doesn't get hung up on this page because this goes over the top and it holds that there. So let's go ahead and do the other one. Now this one on the page was on top of it. And so I don't have as much space below here. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it while I still have a little bit more to hold on to before I trim it. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and trim it. And again, I'm going to take this in a little bit like this. And then so it's not a right angle. Now another thing that you can do, rather than, if you have the space to it, I didn't do it on the other one, but by folding this top down, that and gluing it, that's going to reinforce the top a little bit if you're putting things in. I'm going to put this one on the bottom and the other one on top, because with this reinforcement here, it's going to be a little bit stronger. So if there's bigger tags or things put in there, it'll be a little bit better. So we'll start with that. Let me see if my glue is flowing. Oh, it's almost gone. I need to fill it. Try this other one. These are just paper clips. I have had some really pretty dangly things, and I'm happy with the paper clips, so I've gone back to that. Okay, so we'll start by putting some glue along here and gluing it down, and then we'll make the divot in the top. Now, one thing you can do to make sure that they're in the same place, you could actually have done 2 of these at once to make sure they're both centered, or you can do like I am and use the first one kind of as a pattern. So if they're not perfectly centered, which with somebody like me who eyeballs things, that happens pretty often, then that is going to give it a little bit of reinforcement. And again, these sides are going to go up, and then this is going to go over into the bottom. And even though it's very small, it's enough to hold it in place, and it's also enough so that this will hold it down. I'm just going to put a tiny touch of glue right here and right here to glue this up. Okay. And then let's get this. This is the one that I folded and glued, so it's a little stronger. So it's going to go on the bottom here, and then this one will go on top, like this. Okay, let's get some glue on this. Okay, now these do not have to be centered perfectly. You can offset them a little bit if you have room. Now these fit pretty nicely, so I'm not going to do that. But that's one thing that you can do to add a little bit of interest when you're adding pockets to the pages. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going underneath this and adding the glue when I put this on, and then over the top. So that will help secure this top one in place. So let's go about right here. These pages, this is McCormick Deering catalog for all kinds of things that it's got there. So, you know, tractors and parts that you add to it and replacement parts. So now you can see these, that will be on this page. So we've added a couple of different things to this journal. Now these can also be just journaling cards putting in. So if I take this paper, now once again, I didn't sand both sides. So I'm going to just real roughly sand over this to take some of just the shininess on, and add a little bit of something for the glue to put its teeth into here. And I'm going to brush it off on my lap. Okay, so now with these, I can take these two and glue them on here, and that would be a reinforcement for them. Another thing I can do is take this is also vintage paper that I got someplace. I've had it around for a while. And so I'm going to take a couple of these pieces and I will glue this onto here, and that's going to put journaling space on the back of it. Okay? Here, let's use glue stick, because that'll be fine for this. And I need to refill my bottle for the other tape. Okay, so we'll put this. I'm putting it in the center so that almost the whole thing is covered with the lines. Okay, we'll do the same to this. When you're using glue stick, whether it's Scotch Create or this U or whatever glue stick, permanent glue stick that you like, I believe in using a lot of it. It seems like the glue stick sticks better, even if it's permanent, and for longer if you go ahead and put lots of it on. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and trim these cards off, and we have a couple of journaling cards. Now, this collaboration, there is going to be a giveaway at the end, and there are lots of different prizes. Each of the creators, I think, is donating something. It could be what they make, like I'm doing, or it could be, you know, something else like supplies, ephemera, something like that. This folio is going to be my giveaway. And what I will do with it is have ephemera in it to be included as part of the giveaway. Okay, we'll add one of these here. This down. And we'll put one of these here. These are going to be small enough so that they can fold in and stick out, and that'll work fine. Now, the other thing that I demonstrated in the other video was putting these brads in. What these are is, these are not them, okay, is metal studs, and they have these little sharp dots coming out. Here they are. I don't want to open another one yet. So if you take these, and then all I do, or all I've done on them to use them here, so I take a book or something that has for these to go into, and then I'm going to take the stud and I'm going to put it on the top, and I'll put it here where the hole is going to go. I can slightly start it into that because it's a soft background, and then I just take a hammer and drive it straight down into that. I pull it loose from the book and turn it over, and you can see the sharp tack things, and I just hammer them down. If you don't like the looks of this, you could take and put something on top of it, but meanwhile you have a cute little decoration on your on parts of your journal. Now, when I give this away, it'll have a tie on, and I'm going to add some more things to it, and then it also will come with some ephemera so that you can do your own ephemera on it. Okay, so we'll just put this right here. Oh, that's not going to fit. It's still too small. I thought that should fit. Let me try this and see where it goes. It should fit. Why did it get bent up? Well, I think to be careful, I'll probably use something a little smaller than that, or to go in those pockets. Anyway, pockets will be filled. Also, I wanted to mention this. When I sewed this together, and there was strings, you can tie this off, and if you're worried about it, you can put a little glue on there, and you could let it hang down and have some beads or things hanging below. What I like to do is put them over the top, so it makes dangles here on the side of on the spine of the journal. So I think that's kind of cool. And so that's what I do. Okay, so thanks very much. I'm sorry the first video didn't go through. Hopefully this one will work, and I'll be uploading it. Thank you, Val, very much for your collab. This has been fun, and I know it's going to continue to be fun as I finish off everything for the collab. Okay, this is Dorothy Kilty from Dorothy Kilty at LinkTree Creations.